Hey language learners, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to talk about our upcoming Turkish game. So if you're interested in that, definitely stick around. Let's try to get you into that game room. But first, a quick recap of last Saturday's Italian game. It was a really fantastic time, and this was the first time that we played our language learning card game online in Italian. We had in the room several social media powerhouses, people that I know from Twitter in the language learning community there, the LangTweet language learning community. We had Alessandro, who's a native Italian speaker. He was our Italian teacher for the day, and he did an amazing job. He was really funny, really smart. He had joined several of our Japanese online games in the past because Japanese is one of his target languages, but he thought, hey, I could help you guys out. We could do an Italian one, and that we did. And it went really well, so I hope he could help us again in the future to do another one. We also had Larissa was in the room, who's one of our top players and gamers. She's doing incredible work posting on social media, really inspirational, motivational stuff for language learners. You can find her at Larry Polyglot, L-A-R-I Polyglot. She's especially active on Twitter and Instagram. Heidi from the Love, Joy, and Languages podcast was in the room. She's running a marvelous podcast where she interviews different language learners on their experiences and their backstories. If you're into podcasts, definitely check out her stuff. And we had Marcos from he's the founder of the Clash language learning app. Now, he's a new acquaintance of mine, but he was really, really nice. Nice to meet you, Marcos. And for those who are interested in language learning apps, definitely see what he's got to offer. Again, his app is called Clash, and he's on Twitter too. So that was our Italian game last Saturday. We tend to play every Saturday around 9 a.m. East Coast time in the United States. So that shakes out to be afternoon in Europe, Middle East, Africa, and evening time in Asia. And we tend to do a different language every Saturday, although we have some groups which are our core groups that run more regularly, more dependably. I'm talking Mandarin, Spanish, Japanese, and now Turkish. From time to time, we do organize events for other languages. So if you're learning something different and you want to make a game for it, just let me know. We can work together to set it up, and we'll definitely do that. This upcoming Saturday should be Turkish. You can check the exact date and time in the title of this video. If you're interested to sign up to play, you can visit languagecardgames.com. That's where you will always see our upcoming schedule of card game events, and you can sign up to play there. You can also see the leaderboard. You can see who's our top players in this year. We're going to be giving away prizes at the end of the year to our most involved, our most engaged players. This has been a really incredible experience since we began doing this in April of 2023. We've probably had in the neighborhood of 60 to 70 games with probably about 50 or more different players from probably a dozen countries or more all around the world. And what I can confidently say at this point is some of the players are becoming good friends through these events. So people are making new friends. They're making funny memories and deep memories around their target languages. I mean, just imagine that. The world comes to you. Wherever you have an internet connection, your device and your room, you can join us, and you're going to be making friends from all over the world who are interested in learning your same target language. And it's really, really fun because just imagine people from different countries, different cultural backgrounds, trying to use your target language to talk about things that they're interested in. You learn a lot of new stuff in general, but you're also learning a lot of new stuff in your target language. You're learning these words and how to talk about these things in your target languages. So it's just really, really cool. The cultural mixing and the level of enrichment is off the charts. So yes, this upcoming Saturday is Turkish. We have a man who's really incredible as a teacher and a guide, so patient, so polite, such a great communicator, and he has come to the fore. His name is Sinan, and he's a native Turkish speaker. And he played with us. I believe he joined our Mandarin games, possibly a French game. I mean, he seems to be really good with languages, learning a lot of languages. And then he volunteered to help us with Turkish games. And the Turkish group is a really strong group. Chow's in there. Chow has been one of our top players. She's interested in learning Mandarin and Turkish. So the Turkish group just has a lot of great potential. If you're interested in learning Turkish, I definitely hope you'll become a regular member of this group and take advantage of this amazing opportunity that Sinan is a native speaker and he's willing to teach you and help you out. Now, what game are we playing? We're playing a game that I designed as a language learner, specifically for language learners, something to fire up their interest and tap into the magic of language learning. The game is called Heading Into Language Land. That's Heading Into Language Land. You can learn more about it on this channel. I have a playlist for it. I'm actually currently developing the second edition of this game. We have a lot of players who are excited for that to come out, but it's probably going to be a while yet. I'm in the artwork collection stage for that. So I have a game development playlist on my channel, Heading Into Language Land 2, but the Heading Into Language Land 1 playlist, that's where you can learn about this game, see it played, and basically learn all about the game and what we're doing, how we do these online game events. But, you know, if you don't think you're someone who's really into games or card games, I want you to just try it at first, because actually all the rules about how to play the game, they're almost like secondary to the main point, which is the main point is we're talking about different topics that are on these cards. So the game, the difficulty level of the game and how much of the rules you really need to understand and follow, that really depends on who you're playing with. And most of the people that come out to join us, they're pretty casual gamers, and usually their language learning level ranges from beginner to upper intermediate. Usually people who are at a much higher level, they don't really see the need to play. They're not really working so intensely on that language anymore. So it's usually people in the intermediate level who need enrichment, or beginners who want help, who are just starting out, who want something fun to do, who need some motivation, who need a group. But basically, we're moving around the spaces of the game board, turning over cards which reveal topics, rolling a dice to choose a topic, and then speaking however we can about it. For some people, that's just giving a word, a one-word example of something that relates to the topic. But for some people who have a slightly higher ability level or more confidence, they're trying to make sentences or even have short dialogues with the other players and the teacher who's in the room, again, for that target language. This game is really, really fun. It's fantasy themed. You're going to get to choose a character who represents you, move freely around the tabletop. You can battle other players if you wish. You can attract allies, you can find special weapons, visit magical locations, and so on. And this game exists in several versions. There's a printable version, which you can print out at home, cut out, and start playing with right away. And I usually send that to our players after they've joined us to play as a thank you. You usually get a free game. So, you know, what can beat that? You get a free game out of the deal. There's the virtual version of this game, which obviously that's what we use online to play with. So you can try that out. You can see what that's like. But that's available for sale too if you want to use it with your own friends and your own circles, anytime, anyplace, anywhere. And then there's the real deck versions, the professionally printed decks. Now those are for the old school gamers, the people who really like to have the physical cards in their hand, the people who like to collect things. I've made sure that the quality of those cards is really top-notch. We also have foil cards that you can collect. We also have the capacity to do card commissions, so you can design your own character card with me, or anything, a monster, a special place. We can design your own card around the topics that matter to you, and you can use that in the game. So it's really it's a game, it's a story, it's a world that you can immerse yourself in, get lost in, and feel like your language learning is your source of power in this world, and you can use it to influence and affect others and influence and affect reality. It's to help you to get closer to that feeling that to learn a foreign language and manipulate it or command it is really such an enlivening, magical process. Alright, but that's it for today's video. Hope you can come out to join us sometime, if not for Turkish, maybe for some other language that we got going on. I'll see you back here next time. Good luck with your language learning, and bye-bye for now.